Hey you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. Boost! Peekaboo. I see you because I'm YouTube famous now. Available in 2020. The Christmas album. Christmas AF. Can you imagine downloading an album called Christmas AF? It probably exists out there somewhere. I digress. I'm dreaming of a... There was like 5 octaves in that one note. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas. Today we're going to talk about Jeffree Star. Hi, how are you? Did you ever guess we would talk about something else? No, we are going to talk about Jeffree Star today because I want to talk about this Anna Nicole Smith lawsuit that is going on, and I want to share with you the attorney that I work with, her reaction to this lawsuit. She didn't have tons to say about it, but it was interesting what she had to say about it, so I'm going to talk about that in just a second. I also want to talk about Jeffree Star trying it yet again today. Oh my God, the desperation beast. I know people are going to be like, no, he's just a really nice guy. No, he really isn't, but okay. But before I get into that, there are 2 things I want to say. First of all, I saw that Kat tweeted out. She tweeted, Peter Monn, you need to give fan lessons to Manny MUA. His latest video, he had some issues with a fan, LMAO. So I tweeted back and I said anytime, where is my lip gloss? Lip gloss, it's a lip thing. Manny, I will teach you how to work a fan and you can teach me how to use lip gloss. I'm a married man. Anyway, the other thing I wanted to say, please, was that, have you guys seen the channel, Emily, well, it's her name, but it's Emily D. Baker, and she's an attorney, and she's been doing a lot of videos for quite some time, but she also has a podcast where she talks about all kind of legalese and things like that. But she's gotten a lot of like fame the last like 2 weeks because she started covering all of this Tati Westbrook stuff, which apparently, what did I call her the other day in my video? People were dying. I called her Tati Westfield, I think. People were like, who is Tati Westfield? I think it's a much more suiting name for her, don't you think? I get people's names wrong all the time in videos. Hell, half the time I don't even include the pictures, okay? So you should be happy you got Tati Westfield instead of Tati Westhover or something like that. But anyway, we should all pick a new name for her, don't you think? I mean, she's kind of at this point. So we could just pick a new name for her. But anyway, no. I don't really know what's going to happen with all of that. But Emily D. Baker, she's the attorney. She goes on these videos, and they're like an hour long. And she shows the entire like complaint. And then she goes through them line by line, and she explains them from an attorney's point of view, what they are. It's very, very interesting. She's rather unbiased about the whole thing. I mean, she's completely objective. It's just like an attorney reading these things. It's very interesting. For me, her voice and personality are complete straight up like ASMR, and she is so nice. We've kind of talked a little bit back and forth in DMs, and so I'm gonna link her channel below. Please go check it out. Her channel has literally grown like in the last week by like 5,000 or 10,000. Like she's just like, people are like really enjoying what she has to say. Personally, okay, I do think it is a lot because she's an attorney and she's kind of going through these lawsuits and things like that. There was some lawsuit that she covered, I think, about Kanye West or something like that, kind of like people got interested in her about doing that. But I have to tell you, and I told her this, I really think, people ask me all the time, like, you know, like, what should I do to get my channel boosting through the roof and blah, 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 whatever. And like, I never know what to tell them. Like when people are like, I don't know, like, I'm like, if you think if I didn't know that, I wouldn't be sitting at 1 million views a video. You know what I mean? But anyway, people are always like, I don't know what to do to improve my channel. Like, I kind of feel like sometimes, like, when I watch somebody and I'm like, oh wow, like they have such a personality for this. Like she has such a personality for that. I mean, I could just sit there and listen to her talk about, I mean, strawberry shortcake. I could care less, right? Like she has such an enjoyable voice. It's totally ASMR to me. And her personality is so funny and she jokes about herself. But I will tell you this. She has a TED Talk that she did. It's like the featured video on her channel if you go check her out. And it's really about like how we define ourselves, and typically how we define ourselves through like the careers we pick in life or the jobs that we have, when really that says nothing about who we are as people whatsoever. And she talks in there about how She's been an attorney for 15 years. She goes in there and she talks about going to college and being a water polo athlete and all this. It's really, really interesting story, okay? But then she talks about how, like, one day, like, she just realized, like, the way that she defined herself, like, in this box was not really who she was and who she is. And I'm sitting there watching this and I'm like, this is totally my story. Like, this is exactly what happened to me, where I'm sitting here today and I have the privilege to be on YouTube every single day because you guys give me 20 to 30 minutes of your day and allow me to come into your life and you watch my videos, and I'm so appreciative of that. And I have a life beyond my wildest dreams now as a result of that, don't I? And Tucker said, and so do I. Yeah, he does too. Did you just eat your dinner? How was it? Was it pretty good? Do you like Emily D. Baker? He said, I don't know her, but I do love that Chaco the Chihuahua. Chaco, the macho chihuahua. We like him too. We follow him on the Facebook. Anyway, so I will link Emily's channel below. Please go check it out. She's also shouted me out in a lot of videos. She likes a lot of drama channels, but she's always like in her videos, she's so complimentary of me. And she's like, I love me some Peter Monn. Girl, you canceled. Anyway, let's get into talking about, at 6 minutes and 10 seconds, Jeffree Star. Jeffree Star, Jaclyn Hill, Manny MUA. There are like only a few of these huge drama or beauty influencers that even post videos anymore. Okay, Manny, Laura, James, Jaclyn, she don't post videos hardly ever. Jeffree Star doesn't post videos ever. The ringleader of the circus, Shane Dawson, where did he go? We don't know. Half these people don't ever post videos anymore. It's like, did you just, I would really have preferred if they had just gotten on YouTube and said, like, I'm really bored of all of this. I actually have talked about this a couple times on my vlog channel, that there have been people that I have, like, I'm laughing because if you want to know what show is going to get canceled after one season, ask me. Because I watch all of these shows, and then, like, do you remember that one about those kids that were on that terminally ill hospital unit? It was called, like, the Red Something Society. I was so into that show, and it got canceled after one season. Hell, let's take it all the way back to, My So-Called Life. I love that channel, that show so much with Claire Danes and Jordan Catalano and Rayanne McGrath and all that, Rayanne Graff and all that stuff. I love that show. 2 seasons got canceled. If you want to see a show that's going to get canceled, ask me. So I watch all these YouTubers, right? And then they always like just stop doing their thing. There were these 2 Canadian guys. They were a couple. I heard they broke up. Their names were Brian and something. But they were part of like this gay, what do you call it, collab channel. But anyway, I used to watch them all the time. Then one day they just disappeared. They weren't around anymore at all. Don't you wish these people, if they just got bored of doing the YouTubes, like if they, listen, and then what they all do, and God love them, get your coin where you get your coin, okay? But they go over to the OnlyFans and then they want to show their noodles, okay? Like, I hope Jeffree start an OnlyFans to show his noodle, okay? I just don't need to know about all that. I don't. I mean, it's bad enough that Andre Marhol's noodle is over there, okay? Now, listen, I don't. I like me some mac and cheese, but I don't need to see those noodles. So, anyway, but, like, they get so bored of the YouTube, right? Like, that they're just like, I don't even want to do it anymore unless I'm pushing products. And Jeffree Star can't say that anymore because I went over, here, let me put on my reading glasses to read the room. I went over because I thought, well, he's probably got some scandal he's about to put out, but no, he's in Wyoming right now at his second home. And because he put up on the Twitter, hold on a second, today, he put up, let me get to it, hold on a second. Who needs help today? I'm going to pick 3 random people who retweet this and send them $3,000. Love you guys. And so, of course, all these people start dropping their sob stories underneath there about how they need the money. And it's real sad. It is. It's real sad, like if you want to read underneath there, right? But this is the thing, okay? Every time he does this, it either like gains him a bunch of followers on Twitter, which it hasn't today, and I'm going to talk about because I just looked. It's like he's losing. He's massively losing on Twitter, like, and kind of YouTube at this point. It's really sad. So anyway, I mean, is it sad? I don't know. It depends on, I guess, what side of the fence you stand on. But, like, it never had to be this way. This is his arrogance, ego, and pride standing in the way of wanting to be a better human being. That had he been willing to do that and admitted his faults to people, like, I really think, and I'm not somebody that really wants to see people suffer, right? And I really ultimately think that Jeffree Star is going to end up with quite a bit of money, but not as much money as he has now. Not the kind of power, you know, intrigue that he had before. Definitely not the fan following. I think people will really get bored of him. I think the majority of the people that are diehard fans of him right now will age out and they'll get interested in somebody else. And I think over time he'll just lose favor, and it'll just be like, I think he will be somebody that kind of fades into oblivion. Which I think what people don't really understand about that is, like with his makeup, he can have the finest makeup in the entire world, but if he has no social media following whatsoever other than I'm dropping money, then like nobody's going to be buying his products, and we're already seeing that. His products aren't selling out. His last mystery boxes, which are always like a sellout right away, just didn't sell out, and the Velvet Trap, I think, is still not sold out, right? So he posts this tweet about giving people $3,000. Now, this is the thing that always gets me. And I know whenever I say this, people are like, but it's such a nice thing that he does. Why does it matter? He then retweets these people, which you know he's already contacted anyway because he's said something about, like, look at your account or whatever. He retweets them and he says, check out your account and blah, 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 whatever. Well, they don't leave their account and for like, you know, they leave their Cash App, whatever. So it's like he's not reaching out to them individually. He wants all of this attention. Okay, look at me. Here's the examples of the people that I gave $3,000 to. Now, many of you might be like, why does it really matter? To me, if you're really wanting to be the best version of yourself that you can be, okay, if it really isn't for look at me, then there would be no need to do that. And let me give you an example, okay? He takes people that have dropped their stories or their Cash App in their whatever there below, which to me, quite frankly, to give 3 people $3,000 is less than a third of a Birkin bag for him, which he doesn't even buy half these bags anyway. They're just gifted to him. So like $9,000 to give to people in a day is not a huge amount of money to Jeffree Star. Do I think it's a very nice thing? Sure. I think it's a really nice thing that he does, right? But why are you doing that, okay? And let's just bring it down a level, because I talk about this on my Peterisms channel a lot. I talk about the act of altruism, and altruism is selfless acts that you're doing nice deeds for other people with no need to tell anybody, because there's no need for the glory and the pats on the back, okay? It would be like if you drove through Starbucks. I'm just going to put this out there for you, okay? If you drove through Starbucks and you bought the person behind you their coffee, right? And then you pulled over and you said to them, hey, can you let everybody know that I bought your coffee for you? Can you tweet that out that I bought your coffee? Put it on your Facebook too. Do you want me to take a picture with your coffee? I can take a picture with your coffee. It would be like that, right? If we bring it down to that level. So when people say to me it's not that big of a deal, I actually think it is quite a big deal. I actually think it's where arrogance, ego, and pride come in the way. And yet again, this is what drives Jeffree Star, okay? And what's sad about that is the person that's going to ultimately suffer over time is Jeffree Star, ultimately, right? Like, I mean, he can give all this money away, and yes, I think that's very nice, but he's going to be a really lonely person over time. We're already seeing that he really has basically no friends in the makeup community. You know, he came out in this update video. Well, first of all, let me just say this, okay? I went in here and I looked at this Social Blade, because I wanted to see like where his Social Blade was as a result of him coming out and giving this money away. Because typically when he gives a lot of money away on Twitter, his Twitter goes through the roof. But he didn't say today that you have to follow him. He didn't say that. He just said, who needs help today? I'm going to pick 3 random people, retweet this, and send them $3,000. Very nice. It's very nice, Jeffree Star. Okay. We'll have a lot to talk about at our Jeffree Star Anonymous meetings tonight, okay? I wonder if somebody in there got $3,000. So anyway, but I went and I looked at his Social Blade, and it's not doing well. He's lost in the last 28 days 56,714 people on Twitter. Today alone, he has already lost 2,990, which is more than the 1,521 he lost yesterday. He's losing between, it looks like 1,400 to 2,300 on a daily basis is basically what he's losing, okay? Which, just to put this in perspective for you, hold on a second. Where I wanted to get... Okay, so then if you go to his YouTube channel, on his YouTube channel, he is sitting at 17.1 million. He's losing about 100,000 every 28 days. So, if you look at this, the perspective outlook is that within the next 28 to the next 60 days, he will go under 17 million subscribers. He will fall underneath that, right? Okay. He is getting 12 million views a month, and he's getting between 144 and 200,000 views a day. And he's not really posting a lot. We're going to talk about that in just a second. Now, to put this in perspective for you, because you would say 12 million views. I mean, 12 million views for my channel. Woo! Ah! I'd retire. Hell, I'd retire on that. but he's getting 12 million views a month, right? But let's put this in perspective, and he's losing 100,000 subscribers a month. If you go over to James Charles, who's sitting at 23.5 million subscribers, he's gaining 800,000 subscribers per 28 days, and his video views, because he posts regularly, his video views are at 100. He's getting 138,799 video views a month. So he's getting 120 million more video views a month than Jeffree Star. Do you guys have any idea the money that equates to? Okay, and then he's gaining 1.872 views a month. Yesterday, well, 2 days ago, he got 4.3. Like, I mean, literally in the last 3 or 4 days, he's gotten what Jeffree Star is getting in a month. Now, to put this in further perspective, let's go look at Shane Dawson. Shane Dawson is sitting at 21.2 million subscribers. He's losing about 200,000 subscribers a month, and he is getting 4.8 million views a month. So Shane Dawson, for doing absolutely nothing and just having his videos up there, is getting more views a month than me. Congratulations, Shane. Guess what? I'm a loser. I don't really care. But anyway, because I'm a happy loser. Are you a happy loser? I'm dreaming of a white. I'm so happy because my new shoes came today. My new pair of Golden Goose shoes that I'm obsessed with. And my down comforter and my 2 pillows from, I think it's called Buffy. Like the Vampire Slayer. And so I'm getting ready to go to Target to get, because I'm gonna buy some Christmas tartan red plaid comforter and shams and everything, but not today. Today I have to buy the in-between, see? Anyway, so that's what's going on with that. Now let's get into reading about this, what my attorney, well, she's not my attorney, but she said she would be actually. She said that today. What the attorney is saying about, oh, here she is. She just said, oh, have fun. Have a wonderful day, because I told her I was going to tweet this out today. This is what she had to say about the Jeffree Star Anna Nicole Smith. She said, Jeffree Star Cosmetics suit. Anna Nicole Smith, ANS, name and likeness was used by, this is just her perspective of what she reads in the complaint. The complaint is not fact. It is just a complaint, just like the Tati Westbrook thing. It is not proven fact. It has not been taken to a court. It has not been proven yet. Okay. So, Anna Nicole Smith's ANS, name and likeness was used by Jeffree Star Cosmetics, JSC, in packaging, marketing, and promotion of the Anna Nicole lipstick, which is formulated to be a replica of her signature red lip. Jeffree Star has a tattoo of Anna Nicole Smith on his body, tattooed by Kat Von D. There's actually a picture referenced here, and there's also a tweet that they included where Anna Nicole Smith, I miss her so much. Anna Nicole. I love her so much, and she was so taken advantage of by society, and if this is true, she's further being taken advantage of. So it says right here, portrait, Kat Von D tweeted this out, portrait of Anna Nicole Smith, I tweeted on my dearest friend, Jeffree Star. When was this? How things change, don't they? 6/26/15, it looks like, maybe? 6/26/15, 11/49/15, on her dearest friend. Oh, Kat. On her dearest friend, Jeffree Star. Well, that changed, didn't it? Okay. A picture of this tattoo was used by Beautylish to package and sell Jeffree Star Cosmetics lipsticks. Multiple sources describe the lipstick and understand the shade to be directly related to and named after Anna Nicole Smith. Jeffree Star Cosmetics has stated the shade to be the top selling of all time. Permission by the holder of the rights to Anna Nicole Smith's likeness never granted use to Jeffree Star Cosmetics. Plaintiff asserts that Jeffree Star Cosmetics used the Anna Nicole Smith for purposes of advertising and selling the products of the same name. Now, okay, if you go in here, the picture that they show is the tattoo, but then they also show it on the paper that was used to, like, wrap items, if you remember that back in the day. Okay. Plaintiff is asking for a share of revenue and profits from the unauthorized use of the name, punitive and exemplary damages, which means money over and above what the actual monetary loss is, payment of plaintiff's attorney's fees. And then she said, sorry it took so long. Took a break over Halloween. Girl, me too! Anyway, so I love her so much. She's so sweet. And that's it. So, that's what's going on with the Jeffree Star Cosmetics and Anna Nicole Smith case. It's kind of, really, when you think about it, it's kind of a big deal because, like, I mean, the name Anna Nicole Smith was such a huge deal. I'm sure that her attorneys do not mess around, right? So, I'm sure that there's going to be... So, where's Danny Lynn? How old is... I wonder how old Danny Lynn is at this point. Do you guys know? Danny Lynn. I think she's probably like 15 or something, isn't she? I know that she and her dad live in Kentucky. Here it is, Danny Lynn Burkhead. She's age 14. And it looks, I think she still lives in Kentucky with her dad, who is Larry Burkhead. Anyway, have you seen pictures of her? She looks just like her mom. It's such a, like, that's such a tragic story, isn't it? Such a tragic story. Anyway, I loved her so much. Let me know what you think about all of that in the comment section below. I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.